Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans. Welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community. Now, let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. WATP, let's get to the news. Rangers are reportedly eyeing Burnley midfielder Josh Brownhill for a potential pre-contract agreement ahead of a free transfer at the conclusion of the current season, according to the Boot Room. The 29-year-old has attracted interest from several clubs, including fierce rivals Celtic, meaning Rangers will face stiff competition to secure his signature. Despite this, the Sharks seem determined to add the talented midfielder to their ranks. Brownhill's potential arrival at Ibrox would be a highly intelligent move by Rangers. The Englishman has accumulated significant experience in recent seasons, particularly in leading Burnley's promotion from the Championship in the 2022-23 season. Under his influence, Burnley clinched the Championship title in dominant fashion, finishing the campaign with an impressive 101 points, which highlighted Brownhill's key role in the team's success. In addition to his stellar promotion campaign, Brownhill has accumulated 111 appearances in the Premier League. This track record underscores his ability to compete consistently at the highest level, demonstrating his quality and resilience in one of the toughest football leagues in the world. At 29, Brownhill still has plenty to offer, making him a valuable asset for any team looking to bolster their midfield options. Lee Hendrie, a former England international midfielder, has been vocal about his admiration for Brownhill. Hendrie once stated, "Josh Brownhill, I think he is a fabulous player, I really do. Out of Sander, Berger and him, I'd take Brownhill all day just because Josh Brownhill reminds me of John McGinn." Hendrie's comparison of Brownhill to McGinn highlights the Burnley man's tenacity, work ethic, and box-to-box capabilities, traits that could make him an excellent addition to Rangers' midfield. Although Rangers would not be able to bring Brownhill in during the upcoming January transfer window, the proposed deal makes perfect sense. By agreeing to a pre-contract for a free transfer in the summer, Rangers can avoid paying a transfer fee, making it a financially prudent decision. This strategy allows the club to secure a quality player without the added financial burden of a transfer fee, which is especially beneficial given the rising costs in the market. By signing Brownhill on a free transfer, Rangers also minimize the risk typically associated with player acquisitions. If Brownhill were to struggle or see a sharp decline in form over the coming years, the club would not have invested a significant sum in the player. This low-risk, high-reward approach offers a sensible way forward, as Brownhill could still deliver solid performances for several years, strengthening Rangers' midfield for the foreseeable future. In conclusion, while securing Brownhill's signature will not be easy with interest from other top clubs like Celtic, Rangers' pursuit of the midfielder makes complete sense. His wealth of experience, combined with his proven ability at the top level, means that Brownhill could provide a significant boost to the Sharks squad. If they succeed in bringing him to Ibrox, it could prove to be a shrewd and valuable addition in the long term. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Philippe Clement was walking a tightrope, the weight of Rangers' faltering season pressing heavily on his shoulders. The air around him was thick with tension as his side faced another disappointing result, a 2-1 loss to St Mirren. 7 changes were made to the starting lineup, yet 2 of those substitutions, Kieran Dowell and Cyril Dessers, were yanked off at half-time. It was clear the changes hadn't worked, and the team was still reeling from a performance that could have been a turning point. The criticism was swift and unforgiving. Chris Boyd, a former Rangers striker, was among the most vocal, slamming Clement for following the advice of the club's sports scientists and resting several key players in what was undeniably a must-win match. Boyd's words stung, a reminder that the pressure was mounting on the Belgian manager. But Clement, ever the professional, stood firm, his resolve unwavering as he faced the media after the game. "I know what you're thinking, and I get it," Clement began, his voice steady yet tinged with frustration. "But you need to understand the bigger picture. Giannis was sick, Leon Balogun is injured, and Jefter? He's already played almost the same number of games this season as he did last year. There are reasons for my decisions, real, physical reasons. He continued, each word a sharp defense of his actions. Voslov and Hamza, two of my most trusted players, were both fatigued. Voslov told me he was dead tired yesterday. And do you want me to risk their health, knowing full well that they could be out for months if I pushed them too hard? The implications were undeniable. Rangers were slipping further from the summit of the Scottish Premiership, now 14 points adrift of their fierce rivals, Celtic. It was a position that seemed impossible to recover from. Clement knew that every decision, every tweak to his lineup, was a gamble. But he was adamant that he had no other choice. If I had started Voslov and Hamza and they'd gotten injured after 60 minutes, you would be here calling me a fool. You would be asking why I didn't listen to the staff and the players themselves. And yet, I get criticized for making the hard calls now, he explained, his voice tinged with a mixture of frustration and weariness. Clement's decision to rotate the squad wasn't just about managing tired legs, it was about preserving his players for the long haul. No team in the world can play their attacking players for 90 minutes, every 3 days, for months on end, he argued. That's not how football works. You need a rotation. Otherwise, you end up with injuries, and that's exactly what's happening. But it wasn't just fatigue that was playing a role in Rangers' slump. The injury of John Souttar, one of the club's standout performers this season, was a bitter blow. The centre-back had been instrumental in solidifying the defence, yet he now found himself sidelined after a setback in a match against Tottenham Hotspur. Clement couldn't escape the haunting reality, with Souttar out, Rangers' defence had been leaking goals at an alarming rate. It's a fine balance, pushing players to their limits without breaking them, Clement said, his tone softer now, as though reflecting on the harsh realities of managing a squad under intense pressure. John Souttar is a perfect example. We pushed him, and then the injury came. It's not an easy decision to make, but we have to do it together as a staff, with the players, for the good of the team. There was an unmistakable sense of regret in his words. The reality of managing a team with such high stakes was that even the smallest misstep could have devastating consequences. We need more than just 12 or 13 players. With this schedule, you can't rely on a handful of individuals to carry you through the season. We need depth, and right now, we don't have it. The challenges facing Rangers were compounded by the relentless fixture list, a never-ending cycle of matches that left little room for rest. Clement had no illusions about the difficulty of the task at hand. It's impossible to play your star players every single match, especially not in this environment. You push and push until something gives, and right now, we're feeling the consequences. As the media session wound down, Clement's frustration was palpable. He had laid out his reasoning, his decisions, and his struggles, but it was clear that no one was fully convinced. Would I have loved to start with Voslov and Hamza today? Of course, I would, he admitted. But you have to think long-term. If I lose them for months, then what? I need to be smart. I need to make decisions that will keep us competitive, not just for today, but for the rest of the season. In the end, the question remained, had Philippe Clement made the right calls? The pressure was mounting, the results were faltering, and Rangers were on the brink. But Clement's decision-making was guided by a relentless pursuit of what he believed was best for the team. Whether that would be enough to turn things around in the face of mounting criticism and an unforgiving fixture list was another question entirely. Greetings, fans! Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.